Hi everyone, it's Kim, and I thought I would do this video just so that you can kind of get to know me a little bit more. I've been on YouTube for a little while now, as you well know, and of course one of my passions obviously is creating, but I thought I would just like let you know kind of my background and stuff, and like I said, just so that you can get to know me a little bit more. This isn't like don't want it in any way to be like a sympathy type video or anything like that, just so that you know, I want to be able to get to know you better as well as you know me. I know I just repeated myself 100 times, but anyway, let's see, where should I start? Of course, I'm happily married to a wonderful man. His name is Dave, and we've been married, it'll be 18 years in August, which also happens to be my birthday month. And then we have 3 children. Well, Dave and I have 2 children together, Davy and Rachel, and then I have a daughter, Monica, which is many of you know is the mother of our grandson, and from a previous marriage. We'll just say that it didn't work out. I don't want to you know, belittle anybody or anything that way. It just things didn't work, you know, and that happens, and you know, I felt that it was time that I needed to leave. Enough said about that. During the time that Dave and I have been married, these almost 18 years, we've had a lot of ups and downs, as most marriages probably do. We went through a period of time with Monica as she was growing up. It was quite difficult at times, due to her illnesses and different things. We were always, it seemed like, at doctor's offices and stuff, and due to allergies and just different things that she was going through, whether it, you know, stemmed from her father and I divorcing or whatever the case may be. Doctor's offices, like I said, and she went through a lot of counseling through her years. Most of the time Dave and I have been married, she lived with us. There was a time that she moved in with her dad, got into some trouble, and you know, typical sometimes of teenagers, you know, wanting to sow their own oats type thing, and you know, got into the wrong crowd, and so we dealt with many years of you know, I don't want to sound negative, but you know, just the difficult teen years and things, and in and out of trouble with her through different things. And she also has been diagnosed with being bipolar, so that, you know, is a huge struggle at times as well. As though she is getting older, and of course now a mommy herself, things are getting better. I'm not saying that they're 100% better, which, you know, what life is 100% better until you're up, you know, in heaven with your heavenly Father. So you know, just it's life, and things happen, and so she is a very loving mom, and has a beautiful, beautiful son. And someday I'm going to get him on video, and it might even possibly be this weekend, since we're going to have him during Memorial Day weekend. I'm kind of excited about it, but yet I'm got to get myself geared up, because physically it just really drains me due to my health issues and stuff, and everything. But he, you know, I wouldn't trade him for the world. He's just one super sweet baby, and And so anyway, so that's kind of, you know, my little tidbit of Monica. And then of course Davy is 17, and he's soon to be a senior in high school this coming year, almost done with being a junior. So that's another scary thing to go through, because he's, you know, looking at colleges and different things, and yeah, it's just a part of life that I'm not ready to let go of my only baby boy. So, and then of course we have Rachel, which many of you have heard her, you know, and different things, like during Sherry's giveaway that she won and stuff. And she's 14, super sweet kid, and all three. I don't want to make it sound like I choose one child over the other, because they all have a unique and special place, you know, with Mom. And of course Rachel being the baby, you know, I'm always being told, well, she's your favorite and blah blah blah, and we're just very, very close. You know, we share a lot of the same interests, and of course now that she's getting a little bit older, she's branching out, and so she's not, you know, a baby anymore either. So but anyway, let's see, as far as my history, I've gone through many different surgeries, or several, I should say, several different surgeries. I've had numerous laparoscopies when I was younger due to female related issues, and things like that. When I was let's see, about 3 months pregnant with Rach, I had to have an emergency appendectomy. They had to take my appendix out, which was very scary. You know, being pregnant and then having to go through surgery, you just, all the what ifs, you know, could occur, and but everything went fine that way. When I was pregnant with her, we had decided, because of all the female problems and stuff that I had earlier in age, and things, and kind of the difficulties I was having through the pregnancies, we had decided that I should have my tubes tied, and you know, my body was exhausted, so went ahead and did that. And so when they, of course, had to give me an epidural, because right after she was born they were going to, you know, then do the tubal, or not the tube, yeah, to tie my tubes or whatever you call it. And so that's when we kind of started noticing, shortly after that, that I was having some back issues. And so that's like, you know, 14 years ago. And so I just kind of kept putting, you know, my back issues and stuff on the back burner because of everything else that we were going through, you know, with the kids, or just in life in general. I always put everything first before my health issues. And as time went on, you know, it just continued to get worse and worse as far as back pain, and not being able to do a whole lot. And through those years, I should say too, I was a stay-at-home mom. I took care of the kids. It was just something that we had chosen to do. I did kind of work off and on during when Davy was little, but then when Rach came along, you know, I stayed home then completely, and then I watched everybody else's kids. There was times that we had 12 to 15 kids here one summer, and I had lots of fun doing that. Of course, I was younger then too, and I you know, there were times it was very exhausting, I won't lie. You know, kids are kids, but for the most part, you know, it was a lot of fun. And plus, that's kind of like another one of my passions is children. And so I love kids, and we would have had a large family, I feel, but it just, you know, just didn't work. So I watch everybody, or had watched everybody else's kids. So, and then as time went on, as the kids were getting older, it felt like, you know, I was ready to go outside of the house and you know, have a outside job. So I did that for a few years, but then I don't know if it was because of the stress I was under with that job, or just because of the physical aspect of it, but my back was getting worse and worse. And one morning I had woke up. This has been, I think I've been home now going on 3 years. I'm trying to remember dates and all, which it doesn't always seem to work with me. My memory sometimes isn't all that great. But anyway, I had woke up one morning to get ready for work, and I was numb from my waist down. Couldn't feel a whole lot of anything except for like that, you know, like when your feet fall asleep or something, and they had that tingly sensation all the time, and that's what it was. And then I also had lost control of my bladder and different things, and so I had broke down and said, okay, it's time to call the doctor and see what's going on, you know, because it was pretty scary not to be able to feel anything. And so after numerous tests and MRIs and all kinds of doctors, all kinds of medical bills, and, you know, this pill, that pill, let's see, you know, I felt like a guinea pig half the time, because they didn't even know what they were giving me the medicine for. Just, okay, well, here's a pain pill, take it. Well, either A, I couldn't take it because it was making me more sick, or B, it was just too doggone expensive. You know, there was times that some of my medications were like $500 at a time, and we just couldn't do it, you know, with one income. Even with 2 incomes, I mean, it just was crazy. And the way our insurance works is that we pay for our prescriptions up front, and then our insurance reimburses us. Well, you know, okay, I made the decision, do we eat that week, or do I take pills that may or may not help? So I opted to eat. So you know, it was really, really crazy, and it's still not a whole lot better. I'm now unable to work outside of the home, we feel, because you know, I do have good days, but for the most part I have bad days where I can't sit for very long, or I can't stand for very long. The pain is just too tremendous at times. And so through all of the doctors and chiropractors and, you know, therapists and all these, you know, different things, they still really can't tell me as a whole what is wrong. I still at times get that numb feeling, not as bad as what it was on the onset. You know, I was checked for MS, I was checked for all kinds of stuff, and I did have one chiropractor tell me that he felt that it stems from way back, you know, during the time that I had the epidural, that he feels that, you know, there was damage there, and as the years went on, and of course then the work that I was doing, it just had gotten worse. But unfortunately, we can't prove it. We don't have a doctor to back that up, and so I don't qualify for disability or anything that way either. So, you know, life goes on, and we just make the best of what we can do. Since then, in the last 2.5, 3 years, whatever it's been, I also, through all of, the back problems and stuff, I also had a complete hysterectomy, so that has taken a toll on me, I think more so mentally than anything else. But it just one of those things. And I'm trying to, and I guess too, one of the things that they did, the last neurologist said, is that there was a couple things that they did find out, I guess I should say, is that for one, there is some deterioration starting in my lower back, and then also in the lower part, and I don't remember which, without looking at the medical records, which spot it's in, but there is some deterioration starting in the lower back, or the back of my neck, I should say. And of course, I've suffered with migraines for years. That's kind of a hereditary thing in my family. And and I go through bouts of depression, I think, just because of not being able to work outside the home and help with the income, especially when I go on my shopping sprees. I don't feel guilty during it, but as soon as I sometimes get in the car, it's like, did I really need it? But then it's like, yeah, maybe someday I would need it. So, and then too, and I know I'm bouncing around, that's how my brain works sometimes. I can't really focus sometimes on just one thing. But going back to the neurologist, he did finally diagnose it as having fibromyalgia, which, okay, I believe that maybe to some degree, but it just seems too easy for doctors nowadays, when they don't know what's wrong with their patients, just to say, okay, we're going to label it as fibro, and so be it. Okay, but I still feel, like our one chiropractor said, that we had started seeing signs of having back troubles, since the epidural, years ago, but no way of proving it. And like I said, life goes on, and you just, I guess, deal with it. So anyway, so that's all of kind of like the medical end of it, I guess. There's probably more that I'm missing, but that's kind of the main things. Let's see. As far as outside of crafting and medical things, we do attend a small, teeny tiny, small country church. We've been members there for quite some time, and my husband and I are the youth leaders there. Of course, he does most of it anymore. I just, when I can, I help out and stuff, but he's also their Sunday school teacher as well, and he does I feel that he does a fantastic job. And we don't have too many youth, and of course now that they're all getting older, and we've got some that are in college or going to college and stuff, so it's swindling down even more. But we're still hoping and praying that God brings more our way, more members, and more families and stuff. And so, and then we also, the four of us, Davey, Rachel, and Dave and I, also are part of our praise and worship team, and we play like every other Sunday, because the off Sundays there is another group of what I would say are older members, and they sing with CDs and different things like that, or a cappella or whatever, and we do the live music. As many of you know and have seen, my husband and my son play guitar, and Rachel, she also plays guitar, and her and I both sing. I should say I don't always make it there, you know, just sometimes I'm just not feeling up to it, or, you know, my back is just a nuisance. Going up and down steps is a killer at times. And, you know, the kids were mentioning that they want to go to Cedar Point this year, which Rachel just was there a couple days ago because of band. The band members got to go to Cedar Point, and they're like, oh, let's go to Cedar Point this year. And it's like, yeah, I love riding rides, and I love going there. I just don't know if I'm going to be able to this year. I did a couple years ago, and I paid for it dearly for quite some time afterwards. Was it worth it? Yes. I feel as long as I'm breathing, I'm going to try to do as much as I can. You know, I know my limits, and I try not to overextend those. And so, let's see. And I know I'm not always directly looking at the camera, because that's like really, really weird for me. So, as far as the crafting end, I have been crafting, ever since I could remember, off and on, you know, basically my whole life. I come from a very talented, gifted family. My mom, she paints, my mom can just do about anything and everything, it seems like, and very, very talented, and very blessed. She doesn't always use it, but, you know, I don't think we all ever use all of our abilities that God has given us. Anyway, so I've done crafting, like I said, off and on for numerous years, and but it's been since I've been home. That first year that I was home, I didn't do hardly anything, because I was too drugged up on all of the medications and just too sick at the time to do anything. But it was about a year later that my very good friend Susan, because she does card making and stuff like that, and she got me, gave me the bug, I should say, of getting back into things. And it started with card making, and then it has just, you know, really taken off to everything else. And now I'm on YouTube doing videos, and, you know, constantly in my room, because I have nothing else, I feel. You know, with not being able to work outside the home, this is my therapy, and this is my passion, is to create. I love doing for others as much as I can. I can't always do for others, obviously, whether it be financially or whatever, but even just making a card for someone, just knowing that just knowing that you can brighten somebody's day, just means the world to me. Whether I'm feeling, you know, like poo or whatever, I know that it makes me feel good when I can make someone else feel good. So, sorry, this is the emotion. Yeah, I get very emotional also, and whether that is through the hormones or no hormones now, because of, you know, not having any of the parts, I should say, and that's another thing. I am so bad, and Susan gets after, my very good friend, she gets after me all the time. Did you take your medicine? Did you take your medicine? No. I'm supposed to be on estrogen, obviously, and I just don't seem to either A, remember to take it, or B, really, I guess, really want to take. It's not that I don't want to take it, it's just that I don't know, I'm not good whatsoever with remembering to take medicines. And so yeah, I get very emotional. I don't know if that's a blessing or a curse. My dad is very emotional, very soft-hearted also, and so that's something that I guess has been passed down to me. So anyway, I can't think of anything else at the time. I do really appreciate and love all of you that have become my subbies, and those that will be joining in also in becoming a subby of my channel. I appreciate all of your input, your comments, just the little things that you say, or type, whatever. It does mean a lot to me, and I so look forward to getting to know you a lot more and growing friendships with as many as I can. That does mean a great deal to me. And so I guess before I get too emotional that I will leave with that. I hope that you all have a blessed day, and we will talk to you all later. Love and hugs to all. Bye.